How you going, people?
Might take a load off the seat there.
Yeah, mate, have a seat. Today is 30 degrees at least.
Yeah, they reckon
It's 12:36 or something like that. The rally has already started. Tricky's up there talking. I got bugger all chance of getting an interview with Clyde Palmer. Bugger all chance of getting an interview with Tricky today anyway. And I'm going to flip my camera over and I'll show you something. People are still coming. Every time those traffic lights up there change to walk, this traffic light here gets blocked up again, and they're still coming in. And I can tell you now, there's probably at least 10,000 people inside.
no, up around 30, man. It's more like 30. I've been to these things before. That's like a 30,000 crowd.
Yeah, I'm being conservative,
Yeah.
but I'm sure the mainstream media will say, oh, there was a couple of thousand people there. That's what the mainstream media will say.
Well, we saw the pro-vax, pro-socialist head down at King George Square. There's maybe 70, 80 of them, all calling us all neo-Nazi, right-wing extremists. Man, this is middle Australia. You can't get more battler representation here from all the working class strugglers of Australia.
Mate, I'd really like to debate those people, but the problem is they don't have any ammunition in their repertoire for a debate.
They just have to slander and slag.
That's all they can do. That's all they do.
But they're asking for police protection anyway. I went to have because I know some of them from previous Aboriginal sovereignty stuff and whatever, but they wouldn't let me near them, and they actually gave me a declaration to move away 100 metres from them. So they've actually asked police for protection. They're thinking that they're under threat.
Well, they're under a threat of becoming extinct for the lack of critical thinking.
Through that.
That's what I think they are becoming.
They're carrying
under threat
on
for.
with all the same old talking points like we're violent and someone bought it. I wrote to Hangman's News to Melbourne, and they think everybody up here is supporting that. It's crazy.
Well, here's the funny thing.
It's truly an info wars time we're in. You know, I've never seen more of
It's an information wars. Here's the funny thing. There's only one person brought that gallows to in Victoria, and yet that's all the mainstream media talks about.
Paint them all with the same tar brush.
That's it. Paint them all the same. And sure as my bum points to the ground, I'd like to give some of those politicians a good
it's called
belt between the eyes
theatre.
of my fist.
There was no actual violent act.
I know
it was
that.
an act of theatre. And I've seen the left do it just as much, where they burn effigies of Bush or Trump.
Commit arson. Commit real arson.
Yeah, they'll make an effigy of him and burn him in public. That's like a threat of like putting somebody to the stake. You know, same thing. Yet they can. Anyway, it's weird, the hypocrisies that we see playing.
That's
out.
the word, hypocrisy.
But it's an intriguing time to be alive. I know that, man. I love seeing freedom expressed. Like
Well, they're still coming.
I know.
Like every time the walking lights change, this is probably the tail end of it. Like these people that are coming now probably come for the march. They're probably not interested in what Palmer says or
No, people are walking and talking all the way through the malls. Like, people are holding them up and going, what's your banner about? And so they're sitting there for 20 minutes giving information. It's great to watch, actually. Because I was just in the mall coming through here, and like there was heaps of people walking through, and people going, what's the rally today? It's a Freedom Day, worldwide freedom. And people are looking it up on the phone in front of them. And it's a really good thing that people do it in the streets and well, it's not dribs and drabs. This is like, it's like a
Well, there's 50 there. There's 50 there.
massive movement.
There's 50 people there just by themselves.
Yeah.
That would be climate emergency.
I don't think they know what they are, those folk.
It's weird and wonderful, but hey, it's got a free right to express itself in any way it feels.
But I think they're a bit more confused than
These two police here are not very talkative and not very happy to be here.
actually, they are talking. I saw the huddles up there, man. They're all discussing this amongst themselves.
Coppers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I usually go and talk to the coppers and try to feather out how they feel.
They're going, wow, they're still going, like they were talking like that as well. And they're going, they're just mums and dads and children and stuff. Like they were talking like that. You can't paint extremist paint on it. You can't.
Someone way up there holding a sign. And I
Sorry,
can't.
man, I get all excited talking like this. I love it.
Someone carrying a sign as they're walking down.
Yeah, we're gonna own the city of Melbourne today. There'll be like over 100,000 down there.
Yeah, the problem is the politicians can still ignore us because they get voted. Once they're voted in, they don't do the will of the people. They do the will of their party.
Whoever paid their
Lobbying.
donations.
That's I call that legalised bribery. That lobbying. That's
But
legalised
it's good
bribery.
that they haven't got the numbers for the push across the line, man. He's running scared at the moment, Andrews.
If Andrews gets voted in again, I'm going to want to see some sort of
I actually
investigation
think-
on how
I
the
think
electoral
they'll
system
replace him
works.
before the election myself. Now the tide's turned, they'll actually get rid of Andrews from the hot seat. There's too many inquiries on him, man. That red shirts thing, like there's so many things like ready to chuck him out.
All right.
I think they're just holding him there to take the last